Okay, for this effect, you just need the 4 aces and have them on display face up. And then you need 4 random cards from the deck. And you can have the spectator mix the cards if they would like and actually choose the 4 random cards. That would be just fine. Okay, so maybe they choose 1, 2, 3, and then maybe 1 from the bottom or something, 4. So there are 4 random cards, okay? Now you can fan these out like that. And what I need you to do as the performer is you just take these aces here, and it doesn't matter which one you pick up first. Take the ace, and we're going to follow our special pattern here, our special structure. It's called a Bessey sequence. So if you want to think of the aces as ones, which is convenient because they often are viewed as having a value of 1, and then these cards are zeros, okay? So what you need to do is we're going to just kind of insert these. Now, in the mind of the spectator, it's going to look like you're just randomly inserting these. Now we need 0, 0, so those are the 2 random cards, and then after that one we need to put one of the aces, which is just fine. Okay, now from here we need one of the random cards, but in between these 2 we need the 2 aces. Okay, and any spectator kind of watching you do this would think, okay, well, that's about as random can be. It truly is, for just inserting those. Okay, and now we're going to perform what I call a leapfrog shuffle. So this is where you deal out into 4 piles, and you can have the spectator do all the dealing if you trust that they're not going to drop the cards everywhere. So leapfrog shuffle. So how this works is this little packet jumps over, kind of leaps over like a frog, that one, and then this one jumps over that one, and then the spectator's free to choose left on right or right on left. Okay, that's just fine. Okay, let's do another one of those, left to right first. You can even go this direction. Maybe you want to leap over that one and then leap over that one. Random stacking. Maybe the spectator wants them stacked like that. That's just fine. Okay. Now you need to know that you can do as many of these, funny little shuffles as the spectator would like. You can do these forever. Okay, and it won't undermine what we're going to accomplish. So maybe this time you want to go right to left again. So the leapfrog shuffle, so we do that. You want left on right, you want right on left. Okay, and why don't we do one more? Okay, you want to go left to right or right? You want to go left to right this time, so we're going to leap over that one and leap over this one, and then maybe we'll go right on left this time. Okay, according to whatever the spectator tells us to do. Okay, now what you need to do as the performer is you simply need to have this sequence in mind, or if you prefer the X's and O's to remember it, that's just great. So if you want to think of the ones as the aces and the zeros are the other cards. So what we need to do, and I'm going to this is just education right now. You wouldn't actually do this in front of the spectator. You can skip this step right here. This is to help you as the performer. Okay, so how we're associating the cards with the numbers, we're saying this is 1, this is a 1 here, that's a 0, that's a 0, that's a 1, that's a 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so that's how we're matching up the cards with the digits here. Okay, so that you just need to be aware of. Don't explain that to the spectator. Okay, and now the rest of it can actually be done with your eyes closed if you like, because all you're going to do is you're going to deal out all of the ones into like the left-hand pile, into one pile, and then the other cards into the second pile. Okay, so the top card is a 1. So that's a 1, couple of zeros, 1, 0, couple of 1s, and then a 0. Okay, now you maybe can anticipate what we have just done. And by the way, that dealing out, especially if your eyes are closed, will look like just completely, just randomly dealing the cards to the table. Okay, it really will. Well, what you can tell the spectator, there's so many ways to finish from here. You maybe just spread them like that. Of course, there'll be 4 in each. That's not a big surprise. And you can say, just remind them of what we did. We started with the 4 aces. They chose 4 random cards. And then I, as the performer, just kind of randomly inserted the aces, throughout that little packet of 8 now, so they're all kind of mixed up. And then what we did was some randomization using this really fun leapfrog shuffle, okay, in which the spectator made all of the important choices. They decided whether we move from left to right. They decided at the very end, should we stack left on right or right on left? And then they decided how many of those to do. We could have done more of those or fewer of those. It was completely decided by, quote, you, the spectator. Well, where has that brought us? Where has that brought us? And then, you can kind of pretend that you're getting some kind of message from the cards here, some kind of feedback that, I think we've done something that is very, very unlikely together. I think we have separated the aces from those 4 random cards that you chose. Look at that. I can't believe it. How did we, working together, accomplish that? Do you have any idea how likely that is to happen by chance alone? It's very unlikely. I wonder if we could do it again, that kind of thing. And you could do it over and over and over. Now, as a general rule, it's never a great idea to perform the same thing many, many times, because the spectator will either, they'll never discover the method here, by the way. There's no one on planet Earth that would discover the method unless they have studied these Bessey sequences, period. I'm sorry, but they won't. You would have to know what the underlying structure is that we're appealing to. You really would. But they may try to find ways to keep you from doing what it is you need to do for it to work. But there's really no danger they're going to discover the method. Anyway, that's another effect using the Bessey sequence. And this time we're using this leapfrog shuffle, which is a fun one. And once again, it's led to a highly unlikely outcome. So thanks for watching, and take a look at the others that deal with the Bessey sequence, or anything on the Hidden Structures channel for that matter.